Have you ever felt like your past is following you around like a shadow? Maybe it's a mistake you made years ago, a relationship that didn't end well, or just this nagging feeling that no matter how hard you try, you're still stuck in the same cycle, repeating the same patterns. What if I told you, seriously, just imagine for a second, that the past doesn't have to define you at all? That you could collapse it, release it, even rewrite it at an energetic level, and in doing so, create an entirely new reality. One that feels free, aligned, and completely yours. This isn't fantasy. This is quantum, and it's consciousness. It's a level of awareness that empowers you to shift from old stories, old wounds, and old patterns into a future of your own conscious design. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. We'll talk about how your past is stored not just in your memory, but in your energetic field. We'll explore how your consciousness interacts with the quantum field. And most importantly, I'll walk you through the steps to collapse what no longer serves you and start building a future that does. So if you're ready to break the loop, take your power back, and step into your highest potential, stay with me. What you're about to learn might just change your life. Let's take a moment to talk about what consciousness really is, not in a vague, mystical way, but in a practical and powerful sense that directly affects your life every single day. Most people think of consciousness as simply being awake, being aware, like, I'm conscious right now, I'm listening to this video, but that's just the surface level. Consciousness goes far deeper. It's not just awareness, it's creative. It's the force that interprets, colors, and actually shapes your experience of reality. Imagine this. Consciousness is like the operating system of your life. Just like your phone or computer runs on software that determines how it functions, what it shows you, what it allows you to do, your consciousness runs the software of your reality. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your memories. These are like apps or programs that are constantly running in the background. Now here's the powerful part. Just like software can be updated, your consciousness can be reprogrammed. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, they don't just stay inside you. They interact with the field around you. And that field, it's what quantum physicists refer to as the quantum field, a space of infinite possibilities, where everything that could happen already exists in a wave of potential. And your consciousness is what selects from that field. In simple terms, what you focus on, what you believe, and what you feel deeply, that's what collapses the wave of potential into something solid, something real, something manifest in your life. So if you're walking around with a consciousness that's dominated by fear, by self-doubt, by past trauma or limitation, you're going to keep selecting experiences that match that frequency. Not because you're being punished, but because your consciousness is literally filtering your reality through those programs. But, and this is the breakthrough, you can change that. When you become conscious of your consciousness, when you become aware of the thoughts you're thinking and the energy you're holding, you begin to take back creative control. You shift from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. And that's where real transformation begins. So as we move forward, keep this in mind. You're not just watching your life unfold, you're writing it. You're not just observing reality, you're generating it, one thought, one emotion, one moment of awareness at a time. Let's go a bit deeper now, into the connection between the quantum field and your past. This is where science, energy, and self-transformation all meet in a way that's both fascinating and incredibly empowering. Everything in the universe is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, your body, all of it is made of energy vibrating at specific frequencies. And surrounding you is the quantum field, a sea of infinite possibilities, where every potential version of your future already exists as probability waves. Not set in stone, but waiting for you to choose through your perception and focus. Now here's the part that most people don't realize. Your past isn't just something you remember. It's something you carry, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Every experience you've had, especially the ones that left a strong emotional imprint, lives on in your subconscious. They shape your beliefs, your expectations, and your energetic frequency. Let me put it this way. Imagine your subconscious is like a radio, constantly transmitting a signal into the quantum field. That signal is made up of your dominant thoughts, beliefs, emotions, many of which were formed in the past. So if your past was filled with fear, rejection, failure, or lack, and you never cleared or rewired those imprints, then guess what? That same frequency keeps getting broadcast. And the quantum field responds by reflecting back situations that match that signal. You're not being punished, you're just tuning into the same frequency over and over. It's kind of like you've been listening to the same radio station for years. The same sad songs, the same old storyline. But here's the beautiful truth. You can change the station. You can shift the frequency. You are not bound to keep replaying those old emotional loops. And this brings us to something called the observer effect. It's a principle from quantum physics that says the act of observing something actually changes the outcome. The moment a particle is observed, it collapses from all its potential states into a single, defined reality. In other words, your focus creates form. When you're constantly focused on the pain of your past, the fears it created, or the identity it shaped, you collapse that energy again and again into your current and future reality. But when you bring awareness to your present, when you choose to observe a different possibility, a new outcome, a higher version of yourself, you collapse that into your reality instead. This is why healing and releasing the past is so important, because only when you stop projecting old emotional data into the field can you begin to access new outcomes. Only then do you become a conscious creator, rather than an unconscious repeater. So the question is, what are you still carrying from your past that keeps pulling you into the same future? The quantum field is infinite. It doesn't care who you've been. It only responds to who you are now, and the energy you're choosing to project. Which means the moment you decide to shift your energy, you also shift what's possible, and that changes everything. Now that we've discussed how your past experiences shape your present reality, let's talk about the real power you have, the power to change your subconscious programming. Your subconscious is like the operating system of your mind. It controls your behavior, your emotional responses, and the patterns you repeat in your life, all without you even realizing it. Think of it like the autopilot on a plane. When you're on autopilot, you don't need to consciously think about every action you take. Your subconscious takes care of it. And the problem is, if your subconscious is running on outdated or limiting beliefs, like I'm not worthy, or I'll always fail, then that's what you're unconsciously creating in your life. But here's the good news. You can reprogram your subconscious. You can rewrite those old scripts, delete the outdated beliefs, and replace them with new, empowering ones. And you don't need to be stuck with the same limiting thoughts forever. Now, how do we do this? There are several powerful tools and techniques that help you clear old emotional blockages and replace limiting beliefs. Let me walk you through a few of them. Emotional Freedom Technique EFT. One of the most effective tools I've personally used is EFT tapping. This technique involves gently tapping on specific points on your body while you focus on the negative emotion or belief you want to release. Sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. The tapping sends a signal to your brain to calm the nervous system and helps release the emotional charge attached to your memories or traumas. When I first started changing my life, I used EFT to clear limiting beliefs that I didn't even realize I had. It could be something as simple as the belief, I'm not good enough, something I had unconsciously carried for years. By tapping while saying statements like, even though I feel like I'm not enough, I choose to love and accept myself, I was able to begin shifting my energy. In just a few minutes of tapping a day, I felt lighter, more aligned, and I noticed new opportunities coming into my life. Forgiveness practice. Another essential tool for reprogramming your subconscious is forgiveness. Now, you might think, why should I forgive someone who hurt me? Why should I forgive myself for mistakes I made? But forgiveness isn't about excusing someone's behavior or forgetting what happened. It's about releasing the emotional charge you're holding on to, the energy that's keeping you trapped in the past. When you hold on to anger, resentment, or guilt, you're still emotionally attached to the situation that caused the pain. But when you forgive, whether it's someone else or yourself, you free up that energy and release the hold it has on your subconscious. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that helps you shift out of the victim mindset and back into your power. Visualization and intentional thinking. The third tool is visualization. Our minds are incredibly powerful, and one of the best ways to reprogram the subconscious is through intentional thinking and vivid visualization. The brain doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something that actually happens. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals or living your dream life, your subconscious mind begins to accept that as reality. It starts to change your beliefs about what's possible for you. But it's not just about seeing your goals in your mind's eye. You have to feel them. Feel the excitement, the joy, the pride of already living that life. The more emotional intensity you bring into your visualization, the more deeply it will imprint on your subconscious and start to change your energy. These tools are all about creating consciousness shifts. The key is to take control of the programs running in the background. You are the programmer. When you take the time to change the script, whether through EFT tapping, forgiveness, or visualization, you change your vibration, and by doing so, you change your reality. Let me ask you, what belief or emotional pattern has been holding you back from stepping into your fullest potential? What if today you decided to reprogram that pattern and rewrite your future? If you want to create a new future, the past has to be released. That's not just a nice idea. It's a fundamental principle. You see, unresolved emotions, traumas, and attachments to old stories are like energetic anchors. They hold us in the past, trapping us in a cycle that doesn't allow us to move forward into the future we deserve. Emotions, particularly unresolved ones, are energy. They have a frequency. And when we don't process them, they vibrate at a low frequency, keeping us stuck in old patterns. These patterns can affect everything: your relationships, your health, your ability to manifest what you want in life. It's like trying to drive a car forward while your handbrake is on. You're moving, but it's slow and you're wasting energy. Now, let's talk about how to let go of these emotional attachments and release that old baggage. The first key ingredient is forgiveness. And no, I'm not talking about forgiving someone for their benefit. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from carrying that heavy burden. Forgiveness means you're no longer going to allow that person, that situation, or that memory to have a hold on your energy. The moment you forgive, you release the emotional charge, and you stop holding that pain in your body. You stop repeating that pattern. But I get it. Sometimes, forgiveness feels impossible. It's tough, especially if the pain or trauma runs deep. But I promise you, it's not about excusing the behavior or forgetting what's happened. It's about choosing peace over the pain, the power of forgiveness and acceptance. Let me guide you through something right now, a quick exercise that will help you feel the release. This is a powerful tool that you can come back to any time you feel stuck or weighed down by past emotions. So, if you can, take a moment to pause, find a quiet space, take a deep breath, and close your eyes. I want you to think about someone or something from your past that caused you pain, whether it's a person who hurt you, an event that left a scar, or a belief about yourself that's held you back. Think of this pain as something happening now, but as something that is in the past, in your past. Now, take a deep breath and imagine this person or this situation standing in front of you. They're no longer a threat, they're just a memory. Notice where you feel this emotional charge in your body. Is it in your chest, your stomach, your throat? Take another breath and imagine sending them love and forgiveness. This is not for their sake, but for yours. As you do this, say to yourself, I forgive you, and I forgive myself. I release the hold you have on me. I choose peace over pain. I let go of the past, and I step into a future that is free of this burden. Feel the weight begin to lift. Breathe in deeply and feel the release. Feel the freedom that comes with letting go of the past, and feel the space being created in your body and your heart for new, positive energy. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back to the present. How do you feel now? Lighter, more open? This exercise is something you can do daily. It's a simple act of intentional release. And when you forgive, you are freeing yourself. You're no longer living in the past. You are making space for the future to unfold and for new energy to enter your life. Practical techniques to release emotional baggage. Now, let's look at some other techniques to help you release emotional baggage, because letting go is an active process. It requires practice, but it's incredibly empowering. Forgiveness meditation. You can use guided meditations specifically designed to help you forgive. These meditations lead you through the process of releasing anger, resentment, and guilt, not for the other person, but for you. Meditation allows you to connect with a deeper part of yourself, and it's in that space that true healing happens. You might feel tears, or you might feel peace, but either way, it's your subconscious finally processing that emotion and letting it go. Energy clearing. There are many energy clearing techniques, but one of the simplest is the cutting of cords. Imagine that there are energetic cords attaching you to people, events, or situations from your past. Now, visualize yourself cutting these cords with a pair of scissors. As you cut each one, feel yourself becoming lighter, more free. You can also use sound, like the sound of a bell or singing bowls, to clear energy in your field. These are simple, but powerful ways to release attachments to the past. Journaling. Writing is another way to release old emotions and stories. Take time to sit down and write out your feelings. Let it all flow. No filters, no judgment. Sometimes, just writing down everything that's been bottled up inside can feel like a massive emotional release. You might want to write a letter to someone who hurt you, even if you never send it. It's an opportunity to say everything you need to say, to express everything you've kept inside, and then to let it go. Releasing the past is crucial to creating a new future. You can't carry the same old emotional weight and expect to live a life full of joy, abundance, and freedom. Emotional release doesn't mean forgetting. It means letting go of the hold that the past has on your present. So, take a moment today, or whenever you're ready, to let go of what no longer serves you. Whether it's through forgiveness, energy clearing, or simply journaling your thoughts, the act of release is the first step toward embracing the full potential of your future. Letting go is not about weakness. It's about strength, freedom, and empowerment. You've got the keys. Now it's time to unlock the door. Now, let's shift gears and talk about one of the most powerful principles of all: creating your future through conscious creation. The truth is, your future is not set in stone. It's not some pre-written script you're just following. The future you experience is a direct reflection of what you consciously choose today, and that means you have the ability, the power, to consciously design a future that aligns with your highest potential. So, how do you do that? How do you consciously create a future that lights you up? A life that feels fulfilling and aligned with who you truly are. Let's break it down. The power of intention. The first step is intention. This is where it all begins. Clear, focused goals are the foundation of creating the future you want. Your intention is like the seed you plant. It's the desire or vision for your future. But just like any seed, it needs nurturing and focus to grow. You can't simply wish for things to change and wait for them to happen. You need to decide what you want and be clear about it. When your intentions are specific and aligned with your core desires, you send a powerful signal to the universe that says, "This is what I'm creating." Visualize your ideal future. Once you've set your intention, it's time to visualize it. This step is crucial. The clearer and more detailed your vision, the more powerful it becomes. You're not just picturing a vague idea of what you want, you're imagining it in full detail, with all 5 senses. Think about it. How do you feel in this future? What do you see, hear, and experience? The more vivid the picture, the more real it becomes. And here's the key. You need to feel it as though it's already happening. Visualization isn't just about mental pictures. It's about activating your emotions. When you imagine your ideal life and feel the excitement, joy, and gratitude as if it's happening now, you're aligning your energy with the reality you're calling in. This is where the magic happens. Let's try this together for a moment. I'm going to guide you through a short visualization exercise. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Now, I want you to picture your ideal future, your dream life. Imagine everything is exactly as you want it. What's your day-to-day like? Who are you surrounded by? What are you doing that makes you feel alive? How do you feel? Is it peace? Is it joy? Maybe excitement or gratitude. Feel that emotion in your body. Feel it as if it's already happening. The joy, the fulfillment, the love, really let that energy fill you up. The more you feel this future now, the more you'll start to attract it into your life. Take a moment to really sink into that feeling. Now, when you're ready, gently open your eyes. How did that feel? Can you sense the shift in your energy? When you align emotionally with your vision, you start to call it in, aligning your emotional state with your desires. This is where emotional alignment comes in. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel what it would be like to already live your dream life. This is key. You are a vibrational being, and your emotions are the signal you're sending out to the universe. The higher your emotional vibration, the more aligned it is with the joy, gratitude, and excitement of your vision, the more easily you'll start attracting what you desire. So, ask yourself, how can I embody the emotional state of the future I want right now? If you're manifesting a life full of abundance, feel abundant. If you're calling in loving relationships, feel love. If it's success and fulfillment you desire, start feeling like that successful person now. Inspired action. Now, while intention, visualization, and emotional alignment are all important, there's one final piece of the puzzle: inspired action. You cannot sit back and wait for your dreams to manifest without doing anything. Inspired action means taking steps, however small, that align with your vision. It's not about force or struggle. It's about following the intuitive nudges that come to you once your energy is aligned. If you're visualizing yourself in a new career and you feel the urge to reach out to someone, take that step. If you're envisioning a healthier lifestyle and feel called to go for a walk, do it. These small actions are actually major steps in the process of creating your new reality. So, here's what I want you to do today. Get clear on your intention. What do you really want to create in your life? Spend time visualizing it in full detail and feel it as if it's already happening. Align your emotions with that vision. Get into the emotional state of already living it. Take inspired action, even if it's just one small step. Your future is not predetermined. You are the creator of it. Through your intention, your emotions, and your actions, you're shaping a reality that aligns with your highest potential. So, I challenge you, take action today. Start creating a life that excites you. The future is yours. All you have to do is step into it with intention, vision, and inspired action. Now that you're intentionally shifting your energy and creating a new future, something incredible begins to happen. Synchronicities. These are those moments that feel like meaningful coincidences, when the right person calls at the right time, when a book falls off the shelf that holds the exact answer you needed, or when an unexpected opportunity shows up just when you were thinking about it. These aren't accidents. This is the universe responding to your shift. Once you begin aligning your energy with your desires, once your thoughts, emotions, and actions match the frequency of the future you're calling in, you begin to enter a flow. Things start connecting, the dots line up. You meet the right people, you hear just the message you needed. You feel like something greater is helping you move forward. This is universal support, and it's always been available to you. The difference is now, you're tuned in. Real world example, when I began doing this work, aligning my energy, releasing the past, and setting clear intentions, synchronicities started showing up everywhere. I'd be thinking about a new project, and then someone would randomly message me offering a perfect collaboration. I'd feel stuck, and suddenly a podcast would autoplay with exactly the lesson I needed. These things weren't coincidences. They were reflections of my inner alignment. The universe speaks in signs, nudges, and gentle confirmations. The more attuned you become, the more you'll notice it. What is synchronicity? Synchronicity is a way the universe shows you that you're on the right path. Think of it like a cosmic breadcrumb trail, subtle clues that you're moving in harmony with your purpose. These moments often feel charged with meaning, even if they don't always make logical sense. Here's the key. Synchronicity happens most often when you're in emotional alignment, when you're present, trusting, and open to receive. It's not something you can force. You simply create the conditions for it by shifting your energy and staying connected to your intention. How to stay open to synchronicities? Let me give you a few practical tips to stay attuned to these signs. Practice mindfulness and presence. When you're constantly distracted or overthinking, you miss the signs. But when you slow down and pay attention, really listen, you begin to notice the little winks from the universe. Write them down. Keep a synchronicity journal. Every time you experience one of these weird little alignments, a repeating number, a random message that speaks directly to your situation, an unexpected meeting, jot it down. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns that remind you you're supported. Stay emotionally open. The more you trust, the more these experiences amplify. It's like tuning a radio. The clearer the signal, the more beautiful the music. Gratitude and trust are the best amplifiers. Try this right now. Take a moment, close your eyes. Think of something you've been trying to call into your life. A dream, a vision, a shift. Now, say silently, I am open to signs. I trust that the universe supports me. I welcome synchronicity, clarity, and guidance in perfect timing. Feel that openness, that readiness. Let it settle in. Then simply go about your day, but stay aware, stay awake. That book, that message, that conversation. It might just be a whisper from the universe nudging you forward. Synchronicity is the universe's way of saying, yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. You're not alone in this process. You're co-creating with something far greater. And the more you align with that truth, the more magic you'll begin to notice in even the smallest moments. You've just taken a powerful journey, from uncovering your subconscious patterns to releasing emotional baggage and learning how to consciously create your future. Now here's the truth I want you to leave with. You already have everything you need inside you. The power to change your life isn't out there. It's in you, right now. Your past doesn't define you. Your current reality isn't permanent. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator, you are the architect. And the moment you decide to shift your energy, set clear intentions, and take aligned action, that's the moment everything begins to change. Let's make this real, right now. Don't just walk away from this video inspired. Walk away activated. Here's what I want you to do. Comment below with one small step you're going to take today to begin shifting your reality. Maybe it's journaling your vision, doing a forgiveness meditation, or trying tapping for the first time. Pick one action and do it today. No more waiting. The future isn't something you stumble into. It's something you create on purpose. You might write, today, I'm choosing to let go of self-doubt and start visualizing my ideal future every morning. Or, I'm forgiving someone I've held resentment toward for years and freeing my energy for what's next. Join the movement. If this video resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe, not just to help this content grow, but to remind yourself, I'm doing this work. I'm showing up for myself. And if you know someone who's ready to break free from the past and start consciously creating their future, send this their way. Let's rise together. Remember, you are powerful, you are supported. You are already becoming the person your future is waiting for. Now go take that first step. Your new reality is ready for you.